First Lady, I've had the opportunity to visit 8 countries with my husband, the President. And each and every country, during each and every visit, I have been moved by the warmth and gracious hospitality that our hosts and the citizens of the countries that we visited have extended to the President and to me. It means a great deal when you're visiting and your host makes you feel like you're at home, like they're excited to see you. It means the world. Each visit has also been unique and profound in its own way. It's not just the pomp and circumstances and the lights and the cameras and the fancy dresses. But when we've gone to other countries, we've done some incredible things. We've seen the Jewish Quarter in Prague. We visited the Sistine Chapel at the Vatican. We've been to the Colosseum in Rome and the American Cemetery on the beaches of Normandy in France, where the world comes to honor the brave soldiers who died there. These places are more than just monuments to history, truly. They compel us to see the world through a broader lens, not just from your own backyard or your school or your neighborhood, but they teach us to look at the world broadly and to look at our place in it in a different way, to respect and admire each other's cultures and traditions in a very different way, and to honor all the values and the interests that we all have in common across the world. You see this not in the pomp and circumstances, but in the people that you meet. We've met tons of incredible people over the course of our trips. The children and the nuns who cared for them at a beautiful orphanage that I visited in Russia. Young girls, girls just like many of you that I got to spend some time with in London at the Elizabeth Garrett Anderson School. It was an amazing day. The nurses in the maternal health clinic in Ghana and Africa that we got to see. See all these people, the children, these caretakers, the girls, their teachers, these nurses and mothers that you've seen, that we've met. What you learn is that they all want the same thing as you do, as we do. Folks around the world, they want to live in peace. They want to pursue their dreams just like you guys do. And they have big, huge dreams, just like you. And they hope for a brighter future for the next generation, just like we hope for you. Doesn't matter where you're from, your dreams are the same. So what we figure out from these visits is that all across the world, no matter what our religions or races are, that we are all building that future together. And building that future is not just the job of any one country alone. No one country can do it by themselves. It's the responsibility of all of our countries all over the world to work together. And that's why the President has worked so hard to begin what he's called a new era in our relations with the world and other countries. He's worked to strengthen diplomacy. He's worked to renew old alliances so that we're talking differently with countries and people that we haven't talked to before. He's building new partnerships, and these partnerships, he hopes, will be based on mutual trust and respect. But one of the things that the President has said is that this new era of engagement can't just be between governments. You know, it's not just about the presidents and the prime ministers getting along. This new era of engagement also has to be between the people. The diplomats, the business leaders, the scientists, the healthcare workers, and yes, the teachers and the students. Young people just like you are part of building that future. And that engagement, the ability to exchange with one another as young people as you are, is critical. And that's why the President, when he goes to another country, he makes it a point to visit and to speak with students all around the world. Whether he was in Europe or Cairo or China, he always reaches out to young people. And we need to expand that type of educational exchange so that students like all of you here have the opportunity to experience and learn from other cultures and to share your own culture, however unique and different, with other parts of the world. Deepening these ties is one of the things that the President and the Prime Minister are working on today. One of the reasons for the trip to India and the state dinner is for these leaders to work together, whether it's along the lines of working on the economy or climate change or global health. They know that young people like you, students, our future leaders, are among America's greatest ambassadors and India's greatest ambassadors as well. In fact, India sends more students to study in this country than any other country. This year alone, more than 100,000 students from India came here to America to study somewhere. So by doing that, they learn from us, and we learn from them in a very fundamental way.